Hello everybody, what's up, what's going on, and welcome to the 65th episode of Raptors in One. So Raptors fans, you're probably wondering with the kind of record that we have and our luck with injuries and the kind of games that we've played against certain opponents, like, I don't know, namely Dallas, Cleveland, Brooklyn, New Orleans. You're probably wondering, what are the Raptors? What do we expect? What is the squad? You know, it can hang with certain teams like Dallas and Cleveland and beat them. But then it can't hang with certain teams like New Orleans, Brooklyn Nets. So, what's the dealio? Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit. But my main focus today is going to be about the emergence of OG. So without any further ado, let's get it. So of course, the games that I've just mentioned, yes, we beat Dallas. And it was amazing. And this is where the whole emergence of OG comes in. When we were missing Freddie, we were missing Pascal, we were missing Gary, we were missing Scotty for a little bit, we're missing Otto Porter, we're missing Precious, we're missing so many personnel, yet we were good enough to tread water to keep it at that 500 level / maybe a tad bit over 500. Obviously, as of today, we're 12-11, which is great because now we have our personnel back. We have Pascal back. We got Scotty. We got Gary. We're just missing two integral pieces, i.e. Precious and Otto Porter. Having said that, the performances have been a little weird, so to say. Of course, if you're just a casual fan, you might think, yeah, that is kind of weird. How can we beat certain teams who are elite in the West and even in the East, but then all of a sudden we're losing to certain teams that, compared to the teams that we've already beat, are not as good. We should be beating those teams if we can beat the teams that can beat them. Well, why is that the case? Well, that's the case because it's a matchup-driven league. Alright? Against teams like Dallas and even Cleveland as of late, we were able to come up with those wins, even with the shortage of personnel. Part of it had to do with the fact that, yes, for those games we had Freddie come back and, he was on a warpath. And of course, he's our general. He's our floor general. As he directs the game, we go with how he directs the game. Yes, Pascal is number one option when it comes to scoring, but Freddie is the heart and he is the general of this squad. So he directs, they execute. This is where the emergence of OG comes in. Now, with all these personnel that I had listed before that were missing, he picked up the slack because now he was the number one option. And believe me, he felt very comfortable in that. In these stretch of games where we had the injuries to these personnel, these key personnel, he came out, whether we lost games or won games, he proved to the squad his worth. So if anybody wants to even consider trading OG, and I will admit it, myself included, I had in my previous videos considered trading OG. I did. And it was purely because till this season, he was not a very durable player. Every season he was plagued with injuries, and because of that he was inconsistent, but I could see the value in him because he was a solid two-way player. Well, this stretch of games, when we lost key players like Pascal, Gary, Freddie, Precious, Otto, he has come out as that two-way player. Like, I don't know if anybody watches Dragon Ball, but he all of a sudden went Super Saiyan. Like, this guy just came out of nowhere, and the good thing about OG this season is that he's healthy, and you can tell that he feels healthy too because of the way he's playing on the defensive end, and of course, even on the offensive end. He's been filling it up from three a lot better than his previous seasons, and now the way he's attacking the rim, he has added a few more moves to his repertoire, and this is boding well for OG. The game against Cleveland, though, I have to say this, and again, Raptors fans, maybe you might give me some flack for this, but I wholeheartedly believe it. The proof is in the pudding, it's in the game. Versus how when we played with them before and how when we played with them now, Yes, we did win the previous games too, but we beat Cleveland handily. And the main reason for that was because there was no Jared Allen. Without Jared Allen, we were able to do whatever we wanted to do in the paint. You can check the stats out. We bullied them. We outscored them in the paint. We basically asserted our presence in the paint. We controlled the paint. We won that game. And handily. Now, who's at the center of this run? OG Anunoby. The way he's been playing defense, the way he shut down Donovan Mitchell, like, that's insane. And his defensive assignment is always the best offensive player on every team. And he comes out. But what's unique about this season is that he's doing it on both ends of the court. Yes, he has a tough offensive assignment to defend, but he's also producing at the same time. That is insane. This OG is what and I wouldn't be surprised if this OG is what the management knew we could expect once he became healthy. And that's probably why the management never traded this guy, because there's so much upside to him. He's almost like a dare I say, Kawhi-esque player, because he does kind of try to model his game after Kawhi. Now, the games against New Orleans and Brooklyn. Well, the game against New Orleans, I gotta say, we were just outsized, outmuscled. What we did to Cleveland happened to us, and worse, with New Orleans. And that went to show that we did not have any answer for Zion Williamson. Even though New Orleans didn't have CJ McCollum, and they didn't have Brandon Ingram. Two integral pieces for New Orleans, aside from Zion, they didn't have. You lost a lot of scoring punch there, yet we were punished. We were murdered. It was so bad to see. I couldn't even watch the rest of the game. I didn't even want to, even though it was playing in the background. I was like, oh, I just couldn't bear to see it. But it was insane. We were just outmuscled in the paint. We were outscored in the paint, and we lost the game. Now, coming to Brooklyn, the game right after New Orleans, we don't have an answer for Kevin Durant yet. OG comes close, but it's KD. Then you got Kyrie. And again, Raptors fans, I know Freddie is a good defender, but he's not an elite defender. Can you say that somebody like OG could probably lock Kyrie down? Hard to say. And that's how good Kyrie is. He is unstoppable, especially when he's in the zone. Forget about it. You can put two LeBrons on him and he'll still score. Again, sorry, LeBron fans, but that's just to kind of show you how good Kyrie is. When he is on, he's on. And he's on most of the time. So we could not defend these two, and they pretty much took advantage of everything. Of course, TJ Warren, he made his return, and what? And this is what really bugs me, is that these players who miss games because of injuries, they always choose to play against the Raptors, to make their comeback against the Raptors. Raptors fans, am I just, seeing things or observing things that are not really there? Or is there something to what I'm saying, this claim? Because I have noticed this. Every time, you can't tell me that the player could have made a comeback against the team that they were playing prior to the Raptors. No, they decide, nope, I'm going to make my comeback against the Raptors. Against the Orlando Magic last night, man, we, that was a beatdown. And when we lost against Brooklyn Nets prior to playing Orlando, the way the Raptors have been playing against New Orleans and against Brooklyn, and especially the interview that Freddie gave post-game, I could tell. And I was thinking this too. I was like, I feel sorry for the team that plays the Raptors next. And of course it was Orlando. Man, did they get a beatdown. But again, these are the kind of games that the Raptors could use to be like, hey, when we need to take care of business, we can take care of business. But again, it's a matchup-driven league. That's why there's something missing for the Raptors. One piece they need, whether it's on the bench, whether a good bench piece, or a good center. I don't know. Fans, let me know what you think. Now, the next two games, these are very integral games. These are going to be tough games. This is going to show the mettle of the Raptor squad as is. Yes, we don't have Precious. Yes, we don't have Otto Porter. And arguably, Gary with his slump and with his up and down performance, I gotta say up and down, because he did have a good game against New Orleans. But again, I don't know what it is with Gary. He's just not looking like his last season Gary Trent. He isn't. Something's up. But we're taking on the Boston Celtics next. And this game is going to be tough. This team is the best team in the league for very good reason. And we are outmatched on almost every position. I'll say it. Center. Power forward, not so much. Small forward, that would be interesting. I think Jason Tatum and OG, they match up well in the sense OG could defend Jason Tatum very well. One-on-one by himself too. I seen this last season, and again, I think it's one of those, whoever is having a good game just has an upper hand. Because for me, OG's defense is good enough to lock down Jason Tatum. But the real question is, who is going to lock down Jaylen Brown? And yes, you could have Pascal, Scotty too. We have the answers, but hopefully they're on their game against the Boston Celtics. I think if the Raptors get a win against the Boston Celtics with their full healthy squad, that's going to be a good momentum for the Raptors moving forward. Because then they're going to play Lakers the next game. This is crazy. They're playing two heavy hitters of the league. Now, of course, you may be thinking, well, LA, they're a crapshoot of a team right now. Well, no, not if you have been paying attention, because lately they've turned it around. They're actually one of the dangerous teams. And with Anthony Davis, the way he's playing, the way LeBron's turning it up now, and the way Russell Westbrook has just accepted his role to come off the bench, man, I think it's going to be very important for us to beat the LA Lakers. Well, that's all I got for today, folks. Again, I just got to give a shout out to my subscribers and viewers. Thank you for supporting. Again, new viewers, if you like the content, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button to check out all my other content. And of course, don't forget to hit that comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time, I'm out.